What up, Kane fans? Welcome back. This is not going to be a very long show. Because not a ton of news out there, so I won't keep you guys too long. But I promised I was going to come on here Tuesday, and I'm going to keep my regular schedule every Tuesday. I'm playing with doing a second day every week. If Alex Dono on Locked On can do every single day, even on a slow news day, hey, I can commit to twice a week. So I think I'm going to start doing that from now on. But thank you guys for hopping on with me, talking some Canes. But like I said, yeah, it's not going to be a very long show. Aside from the whole Xavier Lucas stuff, it's kind of a slow news time as far as football goes. Good news is we are less than 2 months away from spring football, so I'm looking forward to that already. Before we know it, we're going to be like at the spring game, and it's going to be like, weren't we just in the Pop-Tart Bowl? Yeah, it goes by that fast. Sigma, hey, I haven't seen you in a while. How's it going, man? Thank you for being on. Another reason I don't want to be on too long is because I forgot to charge my light, so I don't want it to die mid-show. But first and foremost, speaking of Dono with Locked On, love that he had Darren Heitner on, the attorney for Xavier Lucas. That was very informative, excellent show. So Dono, if you catch this or if you're listening, thank you for that. That was a great show. And having Bruce Warner on, who's also an attorney, to bounce some questions off of him as well. It was good stuff. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, just to catch you guys up on the goings on since my last show, since I was last on, which was like over the weekend at some point. So Wisconsin issued their statement, their response, if you will, to the whole Xavier Lucas situation. A lot of the podcasts have talked about it. I talked about it with Flo, but this is my straight up take on the whole thing. Wisconsin comes off looking super weak and a little bit, I don't know if incompetent is the right word, but just I feel like they're acting like they're the first team to lose a player to the transfer portal. It's been around for 4 or 5 years now, like this version of it with NIL and everything. It's really odd, and I don't understand what they think they stand to gain from this, but they came out kind of, insulting Xavier Lucas, very accusatory of Miami for tampering, which, hey, I get that. Come after Miami if you want, but I mean, going after the kid, Skull Leader, yes. Well put. But going after the kid, the young man, I should say, it's in very poor taste. Looks classless. James Kane, Wisconsin admitted to breaking the rules. Yeah, I'll get to that in a second, but their response was that it was very, very strongly worded, as people say. So the whole saga started, of course, with him wanting to enter the portal, and basically they held him hostage for 48 hours or more than 48 hours. They passed the 2-day window that they were required to enter his name in. They didn't do that. So even in their statement, they admitted to breaking the rules, which was funny. And then they're claiming that he was part of this, he signed this MOU or this memorandum of understanding that I guess the Big Ten has with all their schools based on this whole revenue sharing thing that's not even official yet. Just to kind of make long story short, that's what all this is based on. So there's a lot of holes in this thing. That's why I'm like, I don't know what Wisconsin thinks they stand to gain from this. That's why I think that statement was just them just putting just a big word salad, a lot of words together, and just never, like, nothing that's honestly that threatening. Nothing. Look, I'm not an attorney, but it's nothing I'm that concerned about, at least not yet, with what they're saying. I feel like if they really had something, they would just take Miami to court. And then that's the other problem. If they take Miami to court, Miami could just turn around and be like, hey, that's cool. You want to see something? Yeah, this is this team that came after our tight end, this team that came after our running back, this school came after our quarterback. It's well known around college football that tampering happens on a daily basis. Again, I don't know why Wisconsin, especially their fans, are pretending like this is this new thing that, that's supposedly only Miami did. I don't know if Miami tampered. No one, I don't, there's no evidence out there. I don't know what happened behind closed doors. So there's that. They say they had credible information, not evidence. Well, that's kind of telling. And then there's other factors too, like the media is not even mentioning, no mention whatsoever, unless it's on a Miami channel, of the fact that Xavier has a dad living here in South Florida in poor health, that he wants to be closer to his family for that reason. Not a single peep, not a single mention of that. Again, not a single mention of the whole them not entering his name in the portal during that 48-hour period that they had to. So the story is being spun a certain way to make Xavier Lucas look bad and make Miami look bad, because of course that's a juicier story. Wisconsin fans, of course, they're pretty angry, and I understand why. They're losing a great player, maybe one of the best defensive players they've had in a long time. And they're pissed, but they're reacting as if, again, they're the first team to ever lose a player to the portal. So it's like, get used to it. That's college football nowadays. And they're, they want Miami to be nailed for whatever. And it's like, listen, don't pretend like you guys are all saints. I'm talking to Wisconsin fans. Don't pretend like, oh, you want to eliminate tampering and you want to clean up the sport. That's not what you want. You just want the teams that you don't like. You just want when it's convenient for you to apply. When it applies to you guys, like for example, that 48-hour thing, it only applies to you guys when it's convenient. You know what I'm saying? I don't think any Wisconsin fan wants to actually clean up the sport and eliminate tampering from it. They just want to see Miami get nailed for something, whatever it is, as many schools do. That's how a lot of fans are. They just want to see the team they hate get nailed for something. They don't care what it is. Wisconsin's still sore over TVD. Yeah, maybe. And he's not even there anymore. Vito says he never got paid his money per his attorney. Yeah, apparently he didn't for that whole revenue sharing thing. So for all that, like and Darren Heitner explained this on Locked On Canes, that, yeah, he never got that money supposedly. So there's no damage to Wisconsin. He just wanted to enter the portal and go where he wanted to go. That's ultimately what this was. And again, this just all seemed very reactionary by Wisconsin. And yeah, it's a very bad look for them. They in the future are going to have a lot of trouble getting any players from South Florida, because they built themselves a nice little pipeline over the last 20 or so years, getting every so often getting some really good players from South Florida. They're going to have a hard time after that. But that's pretty much the whole thing. That's pretty much the story. And I don't know if it goes past this, because again, if Wisconsin really does want to pursue legal action, which again, I feel like they would have done so already, then that's going to open up a colossal can of worms across the country of other teams then coming forward and being like, yeah, so-and-so school came after our quarterback. Here's the text to prove it. It's just going to be this insane domino effect. And I don't think any school wants that. I don't think anybody in the NCAA doesn't want that. No one wants that. How does this sort of thing get reeled in? How does it, how do you tame this? I have no idea. I really don't. But we'll see. It's a Miami hate, yes. So out of all the players they lost to the portal, Miami was the only one that supposedly tampered. Yeah, no, it's dumb. It's really dumb. I don't know, man. Different rules apply to Miami. Wisconsin will still get players from South Florida, but if If it was Miami, would get guys like Uncle Luke trying to screw over yeah. So, but that's pretty much the gist of the whole situation. This hopefully will all pass and be old news by next week. Hopefully Xavier will get to play in the spring. That is, that's that would be great if we can get him in for the spring semester and he can, get some time in with the players, get some practice in. Because if he has to wait for the summer, I mean, I think he's a great player. He would still make an impact, but it's just my thoughts on the whole thing. But if you guys have any quick questions for me, like I said, I didn't want to be on for too long. I just wanted to pop in really quick and just kind of give my thoughts and my frustrations on the whole thing, on like how it was covered. But, being a Miami fan, I should be used to that. But I just feel like Xavier was like really just unfairly covered by the media on this thing. Again, come after Miami if you want, but I did not understand like the hate for the kid. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. All righty. So, if you guys don't have any other questions, let's see what else happened during the week. I know Darion Coleman got the MVP for that 7-on-7 tournament. Great for him. I'm not someone that covers a lot of the 7-on-7 stuff, but for skill position guys, for quarterbacks, I think it's a good indicator. I think it's a great chance for them to, get some exposure and get, stay training like in the off season and all that stuff. So that was good to see. I really think Miami got a stud in Darion Coleman. Only thing is, long time between now and signing day 2026. So, really hope we hang on to him, because if we got a guy in Luke Nickel, which I really think we did, and you get Darion Coleman also back to back, and you can keep them, that's a nice little QB factory you're already starting. So that's good. Let's see. Anything else? I think that's pretty much it. All right. So that's all I wanted to do. Just come on here and talk about that. So I will be on again later in the week. Maybe Thursday, Friday, we'll see. And, have a little bit more to talk about with you guys. Again, spring football just around the corner. It's like a month and a half, less than 2 months away. So already looking forward to that. Saw some of the national championship game. I didn't watch the whole thing. Ohio State winning. Not surprised there. So we are getting the national runners up next season in the opener. I was hoping we'd get them as the national champs. That would have been cool. Because I think they would have come in with their chests stuck out and a little cocky, and we would have brought them back down to earth. Because honestly, right now, I like that matchup. But they're going to come in probably with a little chip on their shoulder. We'll see if Marcus Freeman is still there, if he's still coaching. I know the NFL's sniffing around with him. He's a great coach. I think he would be a good NFL coach. But we'll see, man. All right, guys. Thanks for hopping on with me, giving me your thoughts. And I will be on again later this week. Go Canes. Have a good night, everybody. Take care.